But kudos to him. I mean, he's about his business. He figures they don't want to pay him. So,
but like Coach say, like you just said, it's the playoffs, man. You three games away. Put a brace on it. Get it going.
Former NFL quarterback and current NFL analyst Mike Vick said this of Baltimore Ravens quarterback Lamar Jackson's injury. Let's be clear. These comments are asinine.
And look, put a brace on it. Let's go.
Well, it's hard to say that though.
Right. We don't know if he's not.
I don't know the extent of his injury.
I played the whole season on a sprained MCL, so
yeah, I understand if he's not ready.
The whole season.
Vic can make these statements saying what he played on, but he's just proving once again what Woodson said. Don't compare the injuries because we don't know the extent of Lamar's injury. Free agent running back Mike Davis would express his disappointment with Vic, along with many others, because what he did on one of the most watched pregame shows was foul. CBS Sports would note of the following clip that we just watched, again, via NFL on Fox. Jackson has missed 6 straight weeks of practice with what he called a grade 2 sprain in a tweet, and that it was a borderline grade 3 sprain. The injury was initially not categorized as season-ending, as head coach John Harbaugh listed him then as week-to-week. Jackson has missed 5 games due to the injury. One guy who was told to tough it out and put a brace on it was Robert Griffin III. He would tweet, "This is why you don't just put a brace on it and play. Played with no ACL and LCL for my brothers/team. Changed the trajectory of my career. Hindsight is 2020. I didn't have the luxury of that. Lamar does. He is doing the right thing." For Griffin, following off-season knee surgery to repair both his ACL and LCL, the second overall pick by Washington in 2012 never returned to the level he entered the league. He continued to deal with injuries throughout his career. I have a few thoughts on this, so allow me to divulge. The first is, in my opinion, Michael Vick has been given a second chance. He is not going to ruffle feathers on behalf of those that employ him, okay? When it comes down to it, if you are a broadcaster at that desk, you are not going to crush the NFL, which is essentially who employs him in partnership with Fox Sports. And we have seen questionable comments from Vic in the past, including when he crushed Colin Kaepernick's protest and said, no, the reason he isn't employed is because Colin won't cut his hair. And at the time, Colin Kaepernick had a full afro. It's ridiculous. Along with that, I think what we're seeing here is the old guard of the NFL, which, I mean, look, I'll just Google it real quick. Sean Payton is at that desk. Sean Payton is a little bit older. Mike Vick is in his 40s now. Man, we're getting old. He's 42. Seeing this somewhat older guard chastising, downplaying an injury of a star quarterback who a whole nother point of contention is the contract, which of course he has completely outplayed and should get paid, and the Ravens should give him that money. Regardless of that, we have the old guard who's saying, you tough it out. You go out there. Or Sean Payton basically saying, if he were coach, Jackson wouldn't even be on the sidelines, basically saying he isn't deserving. The Browns plan to hire Jim Schwartz. Oh my God. Okay. Got ESPN up here. Regardless, the new guard is saying, you know what should be valuable? Our limbs. This is not a difficult concept to grasp at really any point at all. So personally, I'm with Lamar. I understand why some Ravens fans might be ticked. Okay, I completely get it. I completely get it. However, if he were healthy, he'd be out there. This also goes into the point of contention in college football where guys are injured, yet they won't go out there and risk potentially getting to a better draft position, making that much more money in a league that does not guarantee contracts fully. So I disagree with Vic here. I disagree with Sean Payton. It's the old guard against the new guard. Where do you stand?